This little variation is a continuation of the series of exercises that Sevcik put together to address the flying staccato and also up bow flying staccato. So this is, if you've been following the videos and also the book, then you'll find a lot of similar exercises that are sort of doing this very similar things, let's just say that. And I would suggest not skipping any variations and make sure that you're following them in order to find the ones that will be like this one, where you can look back through the book and find some similar moments that will help you get through this. So getting to tempo 120 is actually pretty hard. It's not easy, but it's possible. You can do this. It will take some determination on your part, and sticking with the with the plan and trying to reach your goal of 120 will be possible as long as you are practicing clever. You're practicing using kind of a deep method, and make sure that you're not trying to go about this quickly, because this is not a very fast track variation. I suggest starting off very, very slowly and measuring out exactly how long the quarter note needs to be before you start getting airborne with the 16th notes, heading in the same direction. It's not a coincidence that author here writes a glissando. You have to ask yourself why. What is the point of a glissando here, where you can do this without actually the glissando? You could do this. There's other ways to do this without making this kind of a glissando sound. And my theory is that helps student prepare mentally and physically for the flying staccato part. Okay, so if you are doing the glissando, you kind of anticipate and know exactly when to start. So that's really important, because when you're beginning learning this, it's easy to overdo it, like spend too much bow on the first note, and then you might be in an area that is putting you at disadvantage. Might be difficult. Of course, this will depend on your bow. Of course, mine is going to be different than yours, I'm sure, and that's normal. So you're going to have to just really know the equipment you're working with and really listen to the spring of the bow, because yours will be different than mine, pretty much guaranteed. So yeah, so just be very careful with that. And when you're going out bow, measure out precisely how far you need to go on the first note before you start getting the 16th notes airborne off the string. And when I say airborne, that's just really, really close to the string, very little. That doesn't mean you need to really do that, because you're just never going to be able to go very fast if you go too far off the string. So and of course, as you're practicing this, remember that fingers and wrist are the ones are basically running the whole show here. These are the guys that make it happen. If you use too much arm, it's never going to go very fast. You just will limit yourself to a really slow tempo, and nobody really needs that. So just be careful with that and think how to do this with just fingers and the wrist. If you've been following the whole book this far, you should be pretty well equipped to use the fingers and wrist to most of it, to get the most of the benefit out of it. Let's just say that. So yeah, pay attention to the dynamics here, and of course the bow distribution. This should be taking the entire bow, starting from the very tip, and then all the way back to the tip. So it should take, most of the bow. Of course, when you're gonna go really, really fast, of course, that might decrease a little bit. That might decrease the bow a little bit because you are just physically not able to use every inch, every centimeter of the bow. Yeah, so keep that in mind. As you're speeding up the variation, things are going to kind of get adjusted to the tempo you are working with, and that's normal. I would recommend working with the sharps. The pitch is a little tricky, not horribly difficult, but there's going to be a few accidentals that you might want to kind of pay extra attention to. There's some double sharps and things like that. This is a C sharp minor. Anyway, so this is a cute little variation, really advantageous to anybody who's working on flying staccato and learning how to do that. I think they will appreciate this exercise because it should be helpful for them. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, I ask you to visit my website where you can find out more information about the lessons I teach online and more about me. Thank you for watching.